What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to go through a full hybrid training workout, but I'm also going to take you along for a full day here at the gym, being a gym owner. Just some of the things that we're doing. We are moving some things around in here, so we're getting some new pieces of equipment, we're optimizing the space, and I just want to take you along and show you what we're doing. So I'm going to take you through a full day as a gym owner and as a hybrid athlete. So let's hop into it. So the first thing that I always start off with as I'm coming to the gym, or typically in the mid-morning, I always start off with one scoop of our Fit Grind greens. I'm somebody that 80 to 90% of the time I eat healthy. My food is structured around whole food sources, so lean proteins, good carbohydrate sources. But if I'm being honest, I slack in the vegetable department. So that's exactly why we came out with our Fit Grind greens, was to make sure that we're also prioritizing our health. And ideally, you should be getting 5 servings of leafy green vegetables every single day. And I know that I never get 5 servings of leafy green vegetables. So that's what Fit Grind Greens provides you with, is more than 5 servings of leafy green vegetables, while also tasting amazing. It's a great way to start off the day. Typically, I'll mix it up in my shaker cup with like 16 to 20 ounces of water and just sip on it throughout the morning, or it's the first thing I'll do when I wake up in the early morning. But 1 scoop a day gives you more than 5 servings of vegetables, because at the end of the day, no matter what your goal is, your first goal should be health. If you're interested in checking these out, I promise you, you're going to love the flavor. You're going to love how you feel. You're just going to be giving your body what it needs, giving the micronutrients that you need. I'll leave the link in the description and the comments below, fitgrindformula.com. You can even use the code GRIND15, save 15% off on your first order. So go check it out. Promise you're going to love it. We are adding some new things to the gym. I'll do a full video on it coming up soon. We were looking at a space recently. We were really ready to put an LOI in on the space. We got a bid from a contractor, and I'll go through all the details in a future video. But, it ended up not being the right move. The current lease that we're in right now, we've been in this lease for 3 years, and we've really added a lot of stuff to the gym. So what we're going to do now is we're going to optimize the space and just keep adding awesome pieces to the gym and just keep optimizing the space and growing this physical location of Fit Grind. So I have a couple plans over the next 6 months. Something we're going to be working on this week, I'll show you guys in a second, is optimizing the space by kind of moving the rig. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. But what we're going to do is we are going to take down the rig. It's 2x2 right now. And we're going to mount it 4x4, so 4 wide up on the wall right now. That's something that we're going to do this weekend. We had the mirror guys come yesterday, and we had 2 mirrors over by the squat racks, and we had 3 over by the dumbbells. We had to move the other 2 over here because we're going to need to drill into the wall, so we had to move them anyways. So we just now we have 5 mirrors wide behind the dumbbell section, and then once we get it all set up, we get it drilled into the wall, we get it repainted and all the patchwork done, then we'll probably put up some mirrors again in front of the squat racks. But we got some new barbells, we got some other things that we are going to be using, and then we even have some pieces for Arsenal Strength that there's a little bit of a lead time, so they won't be here for a while, but I'll be showing you those throughout as we get those in and just review those pieces, and you'll see those in training videos and upcoming videos. So let's head over to show you what damage on the wall looks like. So there's an adhesive behind the wall, and they said, that maybe it'd come off, maybe it wouldn't. They were successfully able to get them off, but that left us with this. So you can see all the adhesive is still up on the wall. So I'm going to wait to paint until we get the squat rack mounted on the wall. So I'll show you what I mean. Right now, our squat rack, our rig, this is a Rogue Monster Light rig, is 2x2. So what we're going to do instead, along this entire wall here, I'll back up so you guys can see it. We're going to go squat racks. We're going to go 4x4. So we're going to go 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, and we're going to drill it into the wall, and we're going to use the uprights that we have here and put it into the wall actually just got, so those are some of our Rogue barbells. I'll show you the guys that in a second. These are some more cross members to put into the wall that we'll use. And then we'll just use these cross members here. So basically it's going to come out to here. So you're going to save up all this section here of free space. Like I said, the goal is just to optimize the space. We have 2,500 square foot, which for personal training, small group training, it works well, but we want to maximize this space that we have right now and just completely be busting out of the seams before we move into our next space. So let's go open up the new Rogue barbells. We got some Rogue, I think they're C70S barbells, because by going 4 wide, these barbells are still the same handle diameter as a Rogue Ohio bar or your typical 28.5 millimeter barbell, but they're a little bit shorter. So it's going to help with saving some length because it is going to be a little bit tight with the squat racks there. You can still load them up super heavy. The sleeve length is just not as long, which just saves you some length space. So I'm going to show you the best way to open a barbell. If you've ever opened a barbell before and you've struggled, this is how you're going to do it. Don't waste your time cutting into it and all that type of stuff. Let me show you the best way to open up a new barbell so you can get to enjoying that barbell faster.
All right. So if you've ever opened a barbell, you know that it can be frustrating. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take either some vice grips or some pliers, and there's going to be an end cap and there's going to be staples in there. You can either remove the staples or you can do what I'm doing where you're going to take it and you're going to pry back part of the staples and into the end cap, and you're going to be able to pull that off, and it's going to be easier to get the barbell out. Never cut into the box with your barbell. That is the last thing you want to do. You don't want to damage your barbell at all, and it just isn't necessary. This is a lot faster to do it this way. So once you start to pull back that end cap, you start to pull back those staples that are holding that end cap in, then you can remove the end cap, and then you can start to peel the barbell around, and then your bar just slides out easy like that. So this is the fastest and the easiest way to get to go and to enjoy your new barbell. Like I said, these are the Rogue C70S, so they're still the same handle diameter, but they're just shorter, which is going to save us some length when we mount the pull-up bars to the wall.
All right, so it is time to work out. Just a little overview of what I've done today. I've done 4 personal training sessions. About 2 hours ago, I had 2 packets of low sugar maple and brown sugar oatmeal. And then I had 1 scoop of our protein powder, usually a pretty staple pre-workout meal that I'll have just to make sure that going into this workout, you have energy, you have enough fuel to get through it. Now we're going to do a lower body and conditioning workout. And a lot of times with hybrid training, people think that it has to be running and lifting and it has to be 2 separate workouts every single day. Where I'm at in my program right now, my goal is to put on some muscle, put on some size, build some strength. And I'm still running and I'm still blending conditioning with strength training and training this hybrid style. But my priority is building muscle, building strength, and the overall strength training. So when I am doing this hybrid training program, if I have a conditioning workout on the same day that I have strength training, typically what I'm doing is I'm blending those 2 together. So today we're going to be doing some lower body strength work, and then I'm going to be doing some fan bike intervals. I'm running 2 to 3 times per week. So tomorrow is a run day where I'll have a little bit longer distance of a run day. But don't think that hybrid training means that you have to do a run in the morning and strength train in the evening every single day. Take your goals, what you're trying to achieve, and figure out what it is that you want to accomplish and structure a program around that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So if you're going through phases where you want to run more, structure more running in your program. If you want to go through phases where you want to build muscle, build strength, structure more strength training. If you want to have an even blend of both, find a way to evenly blend in both. And it doesn't mean they have to lift and run and work out 2 times every day, because I'm like most people where I don't have time to work out 2 times every single day. So the workout's going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be like an hour, hour and a half long workouts. And with that, there's a couple things that you're going to need. So obviously you're going to need to carve out that time, but then also fuel like I talked about. Make sure you have a good solid pre-workout meal. It has protein, has carbohydrates, is easily digestible. You're also going to need some electrolytes. So I have 1 scoop of our Fit Grind Pink Starburst electrolytes. As we're going through this workout, your body's going to start to fatigue. You want to make sure that you can keep up intensity throughout this workouts. Also, carbohydrates and intra-workout carbohydrates are something that you can consider, whether that's through some form of like dextrose powder or Gatorade, or even things like Skittles or Starburst or something like that that's going to digest very quickly. As you start to go past 60 minutes, if you're trying to keep that intensity and work on performance and lifting heavy and really challenging your body, you're going to need some intra-workout carbohydrate. That's what I'll do a lot of times is mix up some sort of dextrose powder, or I'll get a Gatorade and just use those carbohydrates throughout the end of the workouts and in the middle of the workout to just keep up the performance. So I'm going to sip on my Starburst throughout the workouts. We're going to be doing some deadlifts to start, work on some strength, and then we have some gnarly supersets after that. And like I said, we're going to do some fan bike intervals. So we'll hop into it. I'll do a voiceover of the workouts and show you everything that we are doing.
So this workout today, lower body and conditioning, started off with some deadlifts. So I'm trying out the new barbells that we got. They're only able to fit 3 45-pound bumpers on the side, so I just worked with 315 today, which isn't a crazy weight, but it was good enough for today. Did 3 sets of 8, and I did use my Versa grips. I tore the heck out of my hand last week doing barbells, doing deadlifts, and I didn't want it to rip open again, so I just ended up using my Versa grips to kind of save the grip from tearing. Like I said, all 3 sets of 8 with 315, moved super well. Just getting back into deadlifts and trying to go heavy on those. Then I did some walking lunges, so I did these by themselves as well, so no superset here. The goal was go slow and controlled. I did 8 steps down, and then I did 8 steps back on that barbell lunge. When I'm doing these, really focusing on your knee position and your hip position. So you want a straight line down from your hip to your knee to your toe. And when I see people do these a lot, and the clients that'll start with these, the knee will start to cave in because the hip isn't firing on the outside. So you want to make sure that you're engaging that outside hip so that your hip, your knee, and your toe can all be in the same position so you can activate the right muscles and turn the wrong muscles off. After those 2 movements, went into a gnarly superset of a leg press and a leg extension. So I took a really close stance, really focusing on the quads, controlling down, coming up, squeezing the quads at the top. I know a lot of people say, don't lock your knees out. I just always focus on squeezing the quads at the top and get a good contraction. After 10 of those, walking over to the leg extension and doing 10 double leg extensions. Just trying to keep a good tempo, squeezing at the top of each rep. If you've never done the superset, this is a great superset to do later in the workout. It is super quad dominant. It's going to smoke your quads out, but that's kind of the idea. After you've done some of your strength work with the deadlifts and the lunges, going into some accessory work and really just fatiguing out the muscles. And then the last part of the leg workout that I did, so my 5th exercise, I did a lying leg curl. I ended up doing 5 sets here. And the way that I intensified this was I did 5 sets of 8 to 12 reps, but it only took 30 seconds rest in between sets. So I started off with a weight where I could comfortably get 10 to 12 reps, but that 30 seconds is a great way that you can intensify things and just make it so much harder to where, again, you're really just trying to fatigue out the muscles with the accessory work. So for conditioning today, no running. I did some fan bike intervals. And like I mentioned earlier, hybrid training doesn't just have to be running and lifting. It's combining strength and conditioning into one program. So I'm still running 2 to 3 times a week, but I'm also mixing in rowing, skiing, biking, pushing the sled around, and just having fun with the conditioning workouts because they're still challenging and it's still a great way to improve your anaerobic energy system as well. So I did 10 sets of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off intervals. My goal was I got 12 calories that first round. My goal was to tie what I got every single round. So trying to get 12 calories every single round, which was challenging, especially in that 30 seconds. So I think my wattage was like 500 plus for most of the rounds. In the later rounds, it started to dip down to the high 400s, but just keeping it at that 12 calories and trying to just match that each and every round. So great way that you can improve your anaerobic energy system, and then also mixing some running in to improve your aerobic energy system.
All right, so just finished up that leg and conditioning workout. Man, that was a doozy, but overall just felt really good. I love that feeling when you go through a really hard workout and you know it's going to be tough going into it, but you nut up and you just show up and you just give effort, and that feeling that you get at the end of the workout just makes it so much worth it. And those little incremental gains that you make from week to week and month to month just keep you coming back and keep you wanting more. So you always know that's going to be a hard workout, legs and cardio, but you just go into it optimistic and just put your head down, work, and you reap the rewards of that. So I am going to eat. I have another couple training sessions tonight in the evening. So I'm going to eat before that. Got to get some marketing done for the gym and then also for the supplement line. That's something as a gym owner, we are managing all of our marketing that we do for both personal training, small group training, our nutrition coaching. So the actual business itself here. And then we also do all of our marketing for our supplements and online coaching as well. So that keeps us busy in between sessions. There's just always work to be done here at the gym. And we really try to utilize that time in between training sessions where we might have gaps to just be productive as possible, because something we're trying to manage a lot of different things. So you just always have to actually go in and plug in your calendar, like, okay, I'm going to do these 3 things during this hour, even though it could be an hour where you just scroll through Instagram and you just waste an hour. Or you could say, hey, these 3 things need to get done. I'm going to do them in this hour. You just build out your schedule just like you would as if you had personal training sessions scheduled throughout the day as well. So that's what works best for me, because I'm the kind of person that if I have it plugged in, I'm going to stay diligent to it. I'm going to stay dedicated to it, and I'm going to get it done because my calendar says that I have to get it done. So that works for me. Give it a shot. That may or may not work for you, but that's how I get a lot of things done in my gaps throughout the day to make sure that we can hit the goals that we want to hit and achieve the things that we want to achieve. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. I'm going to go eat I have a couple packets of tuna, and then I'm going to do some sweet potatoes, and then I'm going to do another scoop of our electrolytes with that, just because that was a sweaty workout. So I'm going to go hit that. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have questions or comments about the gym, about training, about nutrition, about online coaching, about supplements, about anything, I'd love to help out any way that I can. Just let me know down in the comment section below, and I'd love to help you out. So go check out these videos on the screen here next. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.